A beautiful spring night in the heartland of Missouri, and we welcome you to Night of Speed from Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri, the Diamond of Dirt Tracks. USRA stock cars and Midwest mods ready to do battle on this early spring evening with a full grandstand and cars galore in the pit area. We welcome you inside our MAV TV production booth. I'm Shane Freeby, Doug Neff alongside. Again, early spring night and cooler temperatures have made for faster speeds. A long night of racing here at the Diamond of Dirt Tracks. 61 degrees, low humidity and a slight breeze out of the south makes for a very pleasant evening with 22 Midwest mods and 18 USRA stock cars. Let's take a look back at our 5 heats from earlier tonight to make the final grid for our A features coming up. And that's the way our heats lined up. You see the cars on the track. We'll get the grid set for you as our Midwest mods ready to do A main action here from the Diamond of Dirt Tracks at Lucas Oil Speedway. "22 Power Ride Midwest mods hit the track." Let's get the field set for you for our 20-lap main event.
On the pole, it's going to be the 4C, Braden Connor from Lebanon, Missouri, on the outside of 55 of Kenny Hubbard from Butler, Missouri. Row number 2, the 16 of Matthew K. Chinook, Kansas, the 5K, that is Austin Huntley from Lebanon, Missouri. The third row, the 101, a car seen here a few years back, and back on the track, Jacob Hall, Wheatland, Missouri, the 19. Tanner Cade, Hermitage, Missouri, the 83 of Scott Campbell from Rogersville, Missouri. The 29, that is Justin Oliver from Warsaw. Your fifth row, 33 of Anthony Ferrer, the 17 of Rick Lampy. The 41 of Paul Scott, the 18 of Shane Paxton, the 91 of Hoyt Miller, the 83 of Ryan Smythe, the 17, that is Dustin Dennison, and the 03 is T.C. Hembrick. The 60 is Justin Lucas. The 16, Ron Maples. The 41 is Michael Gillis. The 64 of Pete Richardson. 27 is Anthony Greenplate. The 4 of Caleb Rhodes. That is your lineup for tonight's feature event.
All 22 cars that came through the turnstiles here at Lucas Oil Speedway able to make the show after the 3 heat races complete, as the Bill Roberts Chevrolet Pace Truck continues to make laps around the track. We will get the 1 to go sign this time around, and our honorary flag person, Charlotte Lucas, one of the owners here at Lucas Oil Speedway. She and Forrest turned this 3/8 mile dirt track that used to be a soybean field into the gem that it is, the Diamond of Dirt Tracks here in Wheatland, Missouri. Major renovations took place in order to be able to make some of the best racing action around the Midwest. Not only is it the circle track here, but we also have the off-road course, Lake Lucas, just to the south, as well as the cars all in the backstretch, and they will be led to the green. Charlotte will wave it, and the youngster will be setting the pace. Braden Connor out of Eldridge, Missouri, used to run Bandoleros in the late Las Vegas area, and as the green flag flies, first-year dirt tracker in Braden Connor leads us up to speed.
Great job by Charlotte Lucas on the green flag as they come around. This time it is the 10 car. Your leader, that is, the 16, Matthew K, as we get one turn over in turn number 2.
Didn't take long for the Boone's Barbecue caution to come out. This spin over in turn number 2 again. This is Jonathan Lucas out of Cross Timbers, Missouri, bringing the first caution out. It'll be a quick caution as the Hobby Time Motorsports safety crew will go out and give a push to the 60. He was already starting towards the tailback of the field in that heat. He started up on the pole and drifted back, so that is why the poor starting position, and a replay of it as he spins it around all on his own and parks it on the apron over in turn number 2.
Jonathan Lucas is 60 from Cross Timbers, getting wide in that turn number 2. See if he will stay on the track or he's going to call it a night here tonight.
Big benefactor in that would be your pole sitter and Braden Connor. Did not get off to a great start, so the 4C will go back to the front. Take his position. A Dirtworks chassis, Yeoman Power Plant, Franklin Motorsports, and Sharp Excavating on the side of that 4C. Braden originally out of Salt Lake City, Utah. Ran around the Vegas and Utah area. This is his first full year behind the wheel of a dirt Midwest mod. Back in 2017, he was a champion in the Bandolero Series. Rookie of the Year that year as well. Had 3 top 5s last year. And Braden up on the front with Austin Huntley on his outside. Austin is out of Lebanon, Missouri.
Looks like they're going to go green out of turn number 4 this time as they bring him around. Braden Connor, the 4, the 55 of Hubbard, into 3 out of turn number 4. Here they come. Striegel turns them loose.
And Tanner Cade, who started inside row 2, will look to the inside quickly, trying to make a move. Isn't quite going to work out for him as Matthew Kay now starts to make a good charge up front. And the 101 there as well. This is Jacob Hall as they're already 3 wide out of turn number 4, headed to the line, and the big mover on lap 1 is Matthew Kay. He will go from 4th to 1st and lead us after 1.
Matthew Kay, the 16-year leader in that second spot, the 101 that belongs to Jacob Hall. Hall, the right here in Wheatland, Missouri. Third, it is the 4C. He was a pole sitter, Lebanon, Missouri's Braden Connor, as caution flies over in turn number 2.
Got 1 lap in this time as 3 cars all get involved. The 17J of the Honey Badger, Dustin Dennison, right in the middle of that. The 83 in it as well as Ryan Smythe from Camdenton is already back underway. And the third and final car, Ron Maples, a winner last year at start on the season. He ran at Humboldt 2 times already. He is a perfect 2 for 2, trying to make the trifecta here tonight at Lucas Oil Speedway. Again, the Midwest mods don't typically run here at Lucas Oil Speedway. They came in for 1 event last year. The gentleman to win that is riding along in 4th right now, and Scott Campbell. He pilots the 83. He started in 7th. He's already up to 4th, so he is hard charging up towards the front. The other car that made big-time moves on that opening lap is Jacob Hall. He chooses to go to the inside. The lone car out in front is Matthew Kay, has the front row all to his own. He slows them down through turns 3 and 4, sees that orange cone, steps down on the loud pedal. We're back at it with the Midwest mods here from Lucas Oil Speedway, and a good hole shot by Matthew Kay to get out by 4 car lengths over Jacob Hall.
Matthew Kay, the 16, going into turn number 3 now. The 101, second spot that belongs to Jacob Hall. Now the battle for third continues as the 83 of Scott Campbell moves up above the 4 and moving back. Now let's see, it's a 19 of Tanner Cade. Cade, a heat race winner earlier tonight, as 1 gets turned around. That is the 83 of Campbell.
That is Catfish, who typically drives around the bottom of the turns, and he goes hook, line, and sinker all the way around and parks it over in turn 2. So a tough break for Scott Campbell, who was last. And he twirls the green flag around right now, telling all of the cars that we are 1 lap away, and Matthew Kay will go back out in front, and Jacob Hall decides to stay down on the low side. This time, instead of Scott Campbell being up there in the mix, it's Tanner Cade that fills that spot up into 3rd. He is outside row 2.
Like we said earlier, Cade, one of the heat race winners. He was fast in the heat. He's going to show it again. This time out of turn number 4, green flag in the air for Matthew Kay.
Matthew Kay will have him by 2 car lengths, and where he was able to get away from the cars through turns 1 and 2 on the previous starts, not able to get away as fast this time. The jailbreak as the door comes slamming shut on that cell door, and here comes Jacob Hall, hard charging, almost slides up right behind Kay off of turn 4, lifts up off the gas. The 16 stays on the loud pedal, and this time it's Cade that plows up the track. He was running in 3rd, and now he's nowhere near the mix as the Boone's Barbecue caution will come out again, and this time again it is for the 83 of Ryan Smythe. He was involved in the first incident, and he will whip it around, bringing out the caution yet again for the Midwest mods. Another look at it as he goes way down on the track. Nobody's really ventured down that low, and he went in extremely hot and goes right up the track. And again, another single car incident. Nobody with the 1 to go sign from Mike Striegel, right back to where he was. fastball. Anthony Ferrara moves up to fourth. Braden Connor in fifth after Connor started on the point. He is now outside row 3.
Well, Kay's going to bring him around. Hall and Cade on that second row, both fast, both doing a tremendous job in their heat races behind Kay. Kay's going to have his hands full into 3 and out of turn number 4 this time. Look in, Striegel with the green flag in the air.
Stays 2 by 2 back behind your race leader. 3, 4, 5, 6 rows deep. As Scott Campbell, who made that early spin, is trying to make his way back towards the front. He still has 17 laps to be able to do it, as Matthew Kay had built up a half a second advantage over Jacob Hall before that last caution came out. Completing lap number 4, and Cade stays right with Jacob Hall, looking to the outside, hot footing it through turns 1 and 2.
Kay in front, Hall in second. Here comes the 19, the Malones and Tanner Cade. Anthony Ferrara, the 33, the Springfield, Missouri native, in that third spot. Now, as they come around, the battle is for third.
Tanner Cade just barely nosed out Ferrara on that last lap. Fastball, the pilot of the 33, sponsored by Busch Light, tucks back in line right behind Cade. He was a 7th round draft pick by the St. Louis Cardinals back in 08, and now caution will come out again. This time it's for the 5H. He's way on top of the track. He has already taken the steering wheel off, trying to get the harness unbuckled as well, and a caution brought out by Austin Huntley out of Lebanon. Caution on the track again, gives us an opportunity to step aside as the hobby. They're all local guys that come in on a weekly basis, and they do just such a fantastic job taking care of all of the drivers, everyone here at the track. There was a midweek show here last year where the Legends cars came in, and one of the cars had a GoPro inside it, and they posted their race. The car flipped, turned, got all torn up, and it was literally, after it stopped rolling, stopped on the track within 3 seconds tops. You could already see one of the safety workers from the Hobby Time Motorsports safety crew peeking their head inside the car to make sure that the driver was okay. That is the amount of effort that they put in, and you can see a toe on the front and one on the back. This is not easy, folks. This is tough to do.
That's toe-to-toe action.
And they make it look easy.
Absolutely. And, yeah, great crew here, like you said.
Worked at a track a long time ago where they would have a wrecker service actually come in and tend to the cars. They didn't have just normal people that came in, and one of the lines they always had is, they don't charge you an arm and a leg, they just want all your toes.
Well, speaking of which,
that's going to cost him 2 toes.
Yeah, I was just going to say, yellow light is out. Green will fly this time out of turn number 4. Once again, Matthew Kay on the point, brings them around. Green flag in the air.
And Jacob Hall to the inside of Tanner Cade, back at it. Not going to have many more of these 2-wide restarts at this rate. Probably going to go to single file before too long, as we have only completed 5 of the scheduled 20 laps for this feature, and good side-by-side action between Jacob Hall and Tanner Cade. Hall's going to have to lift off. He chooses to fight another day. He could have stayed in the gas and made contact with the 19, but very wisely chose to let those 2 cars get out in front. Now he will try to track him down as Anthony Ferrara stays behind him in the 33. That is 3rd and 4th on your screen, with Hall out in front of Ferrara.
Matthew Kay on the point, but a hard charge in number 19. That is Tanner Cade. Cade bringing on. Here comes the 101 back in the fold. Jacob Hall. Hall looks to the inside of the 19 of Cade. He may try to make the pass this time, but caution up in 2 once again.
2 Outlaw Race Body race cars running 2nd and 3rd right there as you see the yellow light come on. And again, 2 cars that we've talked about before that have been involved in incidences here already. Dustin Dennison out of Independence, who runs at Central Motor Speedway in Electric City in that 17J, the 60. The other car involved, Jonathan Lucas. We saw him bring out the first caution of the evening. He's only run a couple of races sponsored by Lucas Oil and Cattle Company. His 2nd year racing for the Cross Timbers native. And the 17J out of Independence, who finished 2nd at Central Motor. And this time in row 2 where we had seen Jacob Hall choose to go to the inside every time. Now that he is in third, Tanner Cade will choose to move to the inside. That bumps Hall to the outside. Hall in that 101, a throwback paint scheme to one of the drivers that ran here for years, Harlan Kennedy, who passed from the scene a couple of years ago. He painted this car in honor of the 101 of him. It's a Kennedy race engine, Rage chassis, who won 2 times last year. And on the start, Tanner Cade will immediately move up in front of Jacob Hall. They were side by side in 4, but they're single file through turns 1 and 2. And Cade with the advantage, as again, Matthew Kay will pull out by a good 4 car lengths on the opening lap.
Kay with the lead coming around this time. And that second spot is Tanner Cade. Jacob Hall, the 101 in third. The 33 of Anthony Ferreira in fourth. Now moving up into that 5th spot, 17. We haven't talked about him a lot in the feature, but we talked about him in the heat races. That's Rick Lampy, the Fairgrove, Missouri native.
Hall and Ferrara now starting to get a little racy back in 3rd and 4th as Matthew Kay leads Tanner Cade by 5 car lengths. Now it's 3 wide as Catfish was making the move up through the field. He's cut the field in half. Starting to reel in closer to your race leader as now you see one of the other cars that will bring out the Boone's Barbecue caution. This will be Paul Scott. Scott out of Edwards, Missouri. Finished 2nd at Springfield, sits 2nd in the points there already this year. Finished 10th here last year in this event, but he will bring the caution flag out yet again 9 laps in. Still have not gotten to the midway point. 9 out of 20 complete and put on the board here at Lucas Oil Speedway. With that caution, we will step aside again and return to Wheatland right after this here on MAP. As he ran an 18.886. That's the fastest lap of anyone so far tonight. He leads Tanner Cade and Jacob Hall. Had it out more than half a second advantage before that last caution came out. Big mover in this race has been Caleb Rhodes. He's jumped up 16 spots in the running order. He's getting close to running into the top 5. He's running 6th right now. Green flag back in the air from Mike Striegel. Matthew Kay again, clear windshield out in front of him. The only car Tanner Cade sees out of his windshield is Matthew Kay, but now he looks to the right side and he sees Jacob Hall starting to make a strong run up on the top side as the 41 whips it around again. Paul Scott will bring out the Boone's Barbecue caution, and with that being his 2nd spin, that'll be the last time the 41 takes it for a loop, as he will be asked to go make that hard left-hand turn, go straight up the track, and exit stage right.
Absolutely. And again, we were talking Matthew Kay doing a fine job jumping out to that lead. But Tanner Cade right there. But, man, him and Hall are having great battles. For
Single file with Kay in front of Cade, Kay, and Cade. That's going to be difficult for me. With Jacob Hall in 3rd. Green flag back in the air and underway with Matthew Kay. Interesting now to see what Tanner Cade and Jacob Hall are able to do because they were side by side on all of these restarts and having to fend one another off. Now, with them being single file, it's more like cat and mouse right now, trying to catch up with Matthew Kay, and right now Tanner Cade doing a good job of it. He is only 2 car lengths behind your race leader.
They caught slower traffic coming up. That 60 car as in front of your leader, Matthew Kay. Here comes Cade, the 19, in 2nd. They're going to work their way around on the high side. He's going to hold his line. They should be fine. Here they come. It's going to be a battle for the lead. Squeeze play inside. It's going to be Matthew Kay. No, Cade takes that. It's going to be a continuous battle here today.
Cade takes, but Matthew Kay will shoot the gap. They used the lap car of Lucas as a pick. Cade did a great job to work to the inside. Kay, though, held his composure. He knew he just had to get around that lap car and go back to work. He did. Jacob Hall almost grabs the lead, and now with Kay pulling away, Anthony Ferrara is up into the mix, and Catfish is up into it. Scott Campbell, last year's winner of this event, and not once but twice now. Whenever he gets into the top 5, he spins, and the Boone's Barbecue caution will come out over in turn 4.
Turn 4, also turn 2. The 41 gets turned around over there. I believe that's Gillis. here tonight.
Scott Campbell, his own worst enemy right now. He has gotten up into the top 5 not once but twice and spun out and had to work through the field. It took him 8 laps to get up through the field after he did it the first time. He's got 8 laps left as we have completed 12. You see it here on your screen. He goes in hot and heavy, got to the inside of Ferrara. A little bit of contact, but Campbell got on. 12 down, 8 remain. As Matthew Kay started P3. He is up to the top spot. And the young gun trying to keep that Factory 6 Innovations ride in front of the rest of the pack.
As they come around this time, green flag flies. Kay on the speed in the turn number 1 on the point as they come around. 101 of Hall now looks to the inside of Cade, takes that second spot. Cade in third.
Jonathan Lucas whips it around again. Can he get it back underway before the caution comes out? No, he will not be able to. Woes the field down again. That's over in turn 4. And that spin will woe the fill down again. The Doug Neff, you can see right there in the middle of your screen, that MAV TV production booth. That's where we're located. And now your track side with the Midwest Mods. 12 laps complete. 8 remain. Yellow light has been turned off. Green light ready to come back on here at Lucas Oil Speedway. We are back to full song, and Matthew Kay, who has led what seems like about 80 laps. Only 12 of them have been green flag, though, as Jacob Hall now out by 3 car lengths ahead of Tanner Cade. And Anthony Ferrara, we have not heard much from Fastball, sitting back in 4th right now as he looks to the inside. As the white flag comes out, final time around, shorten the length. We were scheduled to go 20, but with all the caution flags waving, race control says we're going to shorten this down to a 14-lap shootout. The young gun, Matthew Kay, off of 4, leads Jacob Hall to the double checkers. He will win here at Lucas Oil Speedway for the Midwest Mods after coming in last year running well, but just didn't have enough in the tank to get to the front. He does tonight. He fends off everyone and